You want to make $1,000 a day? Then shut up and listen, because I'm about to destroy every lie you've been told about getting rich. The 4 things I'm teaching you today aren't what some guru sold you. They're what actually separates the wealthy from the broke. Listen up, because your financial future is hanging by a thread, and most of you don't even know it. The world is crumbling around us. We've got a wealth bubble ready to explode, an energy crisis that's going to make your head spin, and a recession lurking around every corner. American household debt just smashed through $16 trillion. Credit card balances jumped by $46 billion in just 1 quarter. But here's the brutal truth nobody wants to tell you. The system is designed to keep you poor, not by accident, by fucking design. Who benefits when you're drowning in debt? The banks. Who profits when you're living paycheck to paycheck? The corporations selling you shit you don't need. Who gets richer when you're too broke to invest? Everyone except you. Poor people are profitable. Wealthy people are competitors. Every dollar you spend on interest payments is a dollar that could have been building your empire. They want you scrolling through social media, feeling inadequate, buying things to fill the void. And you know what? Most of you are sitting there like deer in headlights wondering why you can't get ahead. I was at a coffee shop last week and I overheard a guy complaining about being broke, couldn't afford rent, living paycheck to paycheck. Then he pulls out the latest iPhone Pro Max, $800 phone, designer coffee in hand, designer sneakers on his feet. This motherfucker is cosplaying wealth while crying about being poor. That's 90% of people with money problems. They want to look wealthy more than they want to be wealthy. Well, I'm here to wake you the hell up. The 4 strategies I'm about to hammer into your skull aren't some feel-good bullshit. These are the real tactics that separate the wealthy from the wishful thinkers. Step 1. Humble yourself or stay broke forever. 72% of adults are scrolling through social media, watching other people live the life they want. And what are you doing? Trying to keep up with the Joneses, and it's destroying your financial future. Here's Jimmy. Jimmy sees his neighbor's new BMW, and suddenly Jimmy needs a BMW. Jimmy stretches his budget, maxes his credit card, and boom, Jimmy's drowning in debt. Sound familiar? Because that's most of you. I was 25 when I realized this game was rigged. While my friends were buying designer clothes to impress people they didn't even like, I was thinking about the future I wanted. So here's what I did. I took every extra penny and attacked my highest interest debt like it was trying to kill my children. This is the debt avalanche method, and it's the fastest way to break the chains keeping you poor. I made it a game. I set targets. I celebrated victories. Because paying off debt is boring as hell, but winning never gets old. Once you rip those debt chains off your neck, your mind becomes clear. You can finally start saving and watching it grow. Because here's the truth. Money makes money. Let me give you a challenge that's going to blow your mind. Today, save 1 penny. Tomorrow, save 2 pennies. Day 3, save 3 pennies. Keep increasing by 1 penny every day. By the end of the year, you'll have saved over $650, starting with a single fucking penny. But here's what's going to make your jaw drop. If you invested that $650 in the S&P 500, averaging 10% returns in 30 years, that becomes over $11,000 from 1 penny. 1 fucking penny. This is why wealthy people think decades ahead while poor people think about next weekend. But most of you won't do it. Know why? Because it's not sexy. You want to feel rich now, so you buy shit that makes you look successful instead of building actual success. The average American makes over 200 retail therapy purchases per year. If those purchases average $20 each, that's $4,000 a year on emotional spending. $4,000 that could have been invested. Instead, it's sitting in your closet, depreciating to 0. Because here's what most people get backwards. You can only save so much, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. Step 2. Spend strategically, or watch others get rich. Now here's where I'm going to piss off every financial advisor who told you to stuff money under a mattress. Your daddy probably told you to save every penny in the bank, right? Well, your daddy was playing right into the bank's hands. An economist named Richard Werner got access to the banking system's back end. Know what he found? When banks make loans, the money doesn't come from deposits. It literally appears from thin air, backed only by your promise to pay it back. 97% of money is created this way, and it only works because millions of people are saving their money instead of using it. Every dollar sitting in your savings account is helping some banker buy another yacht. Meanwhile, you're getting 2% interest while inflation eats you alive. Here's what you should do instead. Keep 3 to 5 months of expenses for emergencies. Then use every other dollar to increase your earning potential. You're paid in direct proportion to the value you bring to the marketplace. So your job isn't to hoard money, it's to become more valuable. Let me tell you about my son Curtis. Started as a videographer making $200 a day, but instead of saving every penny, he spent strategically, bought better cameras, raised his rate to $300, got a drone license, now charging $500 a day, learned copywriting, editing, branding. Today, he commands $10,000 per day. That's the power of strategic spending. Every dollar invested in yourself multiplies. Most people think there are only 2 types of spending, good and bad. Wrong. There are 4 types. Type 1, stupid spending. Designer clothes, expensive cars you can't afford, makes you poorer. Type 2, survival spending. Rent, groceries, necessities, keeps you alive. Type 3, smart spending. Education, tools that increase earning power, makes you richer. Type 4, investment spending. Assets that generate passive income, makes you wealthy. Broke people live in Type 1 and 2. Rich people dominate Type 3 and 4. Where are you spending your money? Every wealthy person started with the same 24 hours you have. They just used them differently. While you were binge-watching Netflix, they were learning skills. While you were scrolling social media, they were building businesses. While you were buying things to impress strangers, they were investing in assets. Same time, different choices, massively different outcomes. Step 3. Develop your spidey sense, or get scammed. You know how Spider-Man senses danger? You need that same instinct with your money, because there are sharks everywhere waiting to devour your cash. During the crypto craze, I watched 18-year-olds throw their life savings into scam coins. Broke my fucking heart. Not just because they lost money, but because they lost momentum. Making your first 10,000 is the hardest part. Once you have it, everything gets easier. But when you lose big on bullshit investments, that momentum dies. Here are my 3 rules for spotting scams. First, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Those crypto lending platforms offering 20% returns? I wouldn't touch them. Guess what happened? Celsius, Voyager, all bankrupt. Second, what's the actual utility? Most NFTs had 0 real use. People were buying them hoping to flip them. That's not investing. That's gambling. Third, are you thinking with your brain or emotions? Scammers push your psychological buttons. They create urgency, fear of missing out, dreams of easy money. My rule, any big purchase decision, wait 7 days. Usually that dopamine rush fades, and you realize you almost made a terrible mistake. Scammers don't just rely on greed. They exploit your pain. They find people who are desperate, frustrated, feeling left behind. The best defense? Education and patience. The wealthy don't make emotional financial decisions. Let me tell you, the worst financial advice I see everywhere. Just follow your passion, and the money will follow. What a load of bullshit. You know what follows passion without strategy? Poverty. Here's the real formula. Find where passion meets demand. Find where your interests intersect with what people will actually pay for. Wealth isn't about passion. It's about value. The more value you create, the more money flows to you. Step 4. Build your empire, or stay small forever. Becoming a millionaire is like rolling a snowball down a hill. Start small, gains massive momentum. In my early 20s, I had a house worth $150,000, a flat worth $46,000, a business with over $100,000 in inventory, all paid off, plus $100,000 in cash. When you have abundant cash, opportunities multiply. The snowball gets bigger and rolls faster. But here's where most people fuck it up. They think real estate is the answer. Bullshit. To do real estate right, it becomes a full-time job. That's not passive. Instead, build a liquid portfolio first. Blue chip stocks, solid cryptocurrencies, assets you can convert to cash quickly. Someone told me recently, if you can't write a check for $1 million within a few days, you're not a real millionaire. That hit hard. Most millionaires have their wealth tied up in their house. They're house rich and cash poor. I built my stock portfolio rapidly, reinvested the cash flow, then moved into investment properties. Now those investments work while I sleep. But let me tell you the secret that separates the truly wealthy from everyone else. It's about having fuck you money. What's fuck you money? It's when you have enough liquid assets that you never have to take shit from anyone. Your boss treats you like garbage? Fuck you, I quit. Someone tries to lowball you? Fuck you, I'll wait for better. That's what we're really building. Not just wealth, but freedom. Here's something that's going to make you angry about your current job. You think your employer pays you what you're worth? Think again. Your employer pays you just enough to keep you from quitting. Meanwhile, they make multiple times your salary from the value you create. If you create $100,000 in value, they might pay you $30,000. Where does the other $70,000 go? Their profit. The wealthy understand this game. They don't just work in the system. They learn to own pieces of it. That's why the rich get richer. They don't trade time for money. They build systems that generate money while they sleep. Now, for your homework. This isn't optional. This is your assignment. Calculate your current net worth, assets minus debts. Write it down. This number is your reality check. Pick one skill that could increase your earning potential by 50% within 6 months. Track every dollar you spend for 30 days. Every coffee, every subscription, every impulse purchase. Then categorize each expense into my 4 types: stupid, survival, smart, or investment. You're going to be shocked at how much money you're pissing away. Calculate how much money you've spent in the last 5 years on things you no longer use. Gym memberships you never used. Courses you never finished. Clothes with tags still on them. That money is gone, but you can learn from it. Here's what separates people who get rich from people who just dream about it. Dreamers consume content. They watch videos, read books, collect information, but never take action. Doers implement one thing at a time until it becomes habit. Most of you are consumers. You'll finish this video, feel good about learning something, then do nothing different. But implementers, you'll pick one strategy and actually do it. The difference between success and failure isn't intelligence. It's the willingness to do instead of just know. Prove you're serious. Comment below with your current net worth and the skill you're going to master. The path to wealth isn't complicated. Humble yourself by killing ego spending. Spend strategically to increase your value. Develop instincts to avoid scams. Build your empire with liquid assets. But most of you won't do it. You'll nod your heads, then go back to old habits. The few who actually implement these strategies, you'll be making $1,000 a day while everyone else wonders what happened. Right now, somewhere in the world, there's someone your exact age, with your exact background, facing your exact challenges. Same starting point, same obstacles, but they're making different choices. While you're making excuses, they're making money. While you're buying things to feel better, they're investing in things that make them better. In 5 years, they'll be financially free. And you'll still be wondering what went wrong. The only difference is decision. The decision to stop being a victim and start being the architect of your future. That person exists. They're making moves while you're making excuses. Why shouldn't that person be you? The people making $1,000 a day aren't smarter than you. They just stopped making excuses and started making moves. This is Professor Chalkman. Class dismissed. Now get out there and build your fucking fortune.